I didn't understand English, but I just couldn't, it was hurting that much. But he was saying, nearly finished, lad, nearly right, lad. And so, yeah, he was very good.
Yes. So what would, I know you just said very good, but how would you like to describe David Hinder?
Well, he was a very caring man.
Yes.
Yeah, caring, and he was a doctor that wanted to save a man's life.
Yes. Yeah.
He did what he could to help me.
So you went back to the camp then?
Yeah,
were you in some sort of hospital?
Oh yes, yeah, we were in a hospital with Trevor James and Miss Straub Dyson were opposite me, and we were in this camp. There was air raids, and I had to get up when they air raid and go out in the air raid shelter, and they gave me a pair of forceps to put on the end of this tube, because we had bugs in the bed, and I had this horrible feeling that
getting up the tube.
I don't know. It was just a thought I had in my mind. I remember putting this forceps on the end of the tube and getting into this slit trench because the Americans were bombing the camp. And after about a month, it started to dry up and wasn't running any fluid anymore. I remember David Hinder took the tube out and it just healed up itself. And then I had to go out on a working party with the sick. It was one Jap take us to work. I was still weak from the operation, only weighing about 7 or 8 stone, and had to march out to this place, and I was making wooden sandals on a circular saw. Where I worked before I went away, we had a bandsaw that you could cut circles. This was a circular saw. You just had to shape them around. And then one day, we knew something was happening, and they brought us home from work about midday one day.
Do you remember that day? Do you remember anything like a flash of light or anything like that?
No, we were only 90 miles away from Hiroshima, but no, I didn't see it.
Did you read what David Hinder had to say about that?
What did he say? No, what did he say?
It's in my book.
He could see it, did he?
Well, he was aware of it.
Aware of it? No, I didn't know.
No.
One of the Jap guards had told us he'd been across there and he couldn't find the street where his people lived or something. He said, all gone there, he was going like that. But we didn't know how bad it was because they were bombing that much. We just thought it was conventional bombing that had done it. We didn't know there was anything about an atomic bomb.
So, let's say that happened mid-August 45. How long was it before, well, did you have any provisions airdropped to you, or?
They took about, might have been 10 days or so. We had leaflets. American plane flew over and dropped a lot of leaflets and it was on it. So the war's over. We'll get to you as soon as we can. We're going to supply you with food and everything. Stop where you are. Maintain discipline. Japs are responsible for you and things like that. Beside MacArthur. And then I can remember this day that this big flying fortress came over the camp very low. But before that, there was little fighter planes off the aircraft carriers were coming over.
Yes.
And they were scooping down over the plane, wings on their edge, almost touching the roof.
Yes.
One guy dropped out something one day and I rushed and picked it up. It was a carton of cigarettes. And he had a note in it. I'm Lieutenant so-and-so from Nebraska and sorry we couldn't get here sooner.
Oh really? Yeah. Were you a smoker?
No.
So
never
you had something to trade?
Straight away. No, never smoked. And then a few days later the Flying Fortress came over and they flew over the camp and the bomb doors were open. We could see these guys in it and we could see stuff in it, but they kept going backwards and forwards, and in the end we realised they wanted us to get off. We were all on the program waving to them, so we all moved back and they dropped this stuff.
Yeah.
But some of them were 4 or 5 parachutes. I've got a bit of parachute silk here,
Yes.
so you have to.
Please.
And some of them drums were being welded together, but they were too heavy for the parachutes. They came down with a crash. They hit the ground, and some of them busted open. And there was coffee and tea and everything you can think mixed up. And I can remember, well, David Hinder was one of them, rushing up and saying, "Now take it easy, boys. Too much too soon, you know, will make you sick." At the same time, he's eating it himself. Guys were putting a handful of vitamin pills in their mouth, and there was cigarettes, and it was, yeah.
And when did when did things start happening to get you home?
Oh, about a week or so later than that.
And where did you go to?
We went to, I forget the name of the place we sailed from.
Would you remember the name of the vessel?
Oh yeah, the Sanctuary was a brand new hospital ship, snow white, nurses, American nurses. I can remember them all in white uniform, but there was a gangway up the side of the Sanctuary, and I couldn't make that. An American Marine picked me up.
Carried you up?
Carried me up.
Yeah.
Carried me up. Oh, the nurses put us into beds, and they gave us a little radio. I've often told this story, it's true. I turned this radio on, and Big Crosby was singing, "Don't Fence Me In."
How apt.
I couldn't get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Must have been unique to be sheep sleep in
Yeah.
pyjamas.
Yeah, pyjamas, and they were
Sheets.
wanting to wash us and things, and it was something out of this world.
So what were you on?
The Sanctuary.
Proper beds or stretchers or what?
They were like bunks.
Yeah.
But they were very, mattresses and everything. It was really great.
That's why you didn't get out and sleep on the floor. It was too soft.
And from I think it was Wakeyama, I'm not sure the port we sailed from, to Okinawa. And when I got there, I'd never seen anything like it. The harbour was just with ships, battleships and destroyers. I've never seen so much things, landing craft and everything.
Yes.
And they put us on another ship, a Liberty ship called the